He was her safe place, her second chance at happiness, until a woman showed up at her door with 3 kids, claiming he was her husband too. What would you do if your entire life turned out to be a lie?
Drop your thoughts in the comments section, hit the like button, and subscribe to get updated for all of our videos.
Once upon a time, in a world that moved too fast for grief to catch up, there lived a young woman named Mena. She was just 24, but life had already handed her more than her share of sorrow. Her parents, her only family, had died in a fatal car accident barely 2 months earlier, leaving her completely alone in the world. With no siblings, no aunts or uncles to fall back on, and no savings to her name, she was forced to take a job as a store attendant in a large city mall just to survive. Mena carried her pain quietly. Every morning she'd smile at customers, fix shelves, and say, "Have a nice day," all while holding back a wave of grief that never truly settled. But one quiet Wednesday afternoon, while the store was mostly empty, the weight of it all finally crashed down. She crouched beside the counter, clutched her knees to her chest, and sobbed. Not just a tearful sigh, but a deep, aching cry that came from the part of her heart that still expected her parents to walk through the door and say everything was going to be all right. Just then, a customer walked in. He was tall, clean-shaven, maybe in his early 30s. His name was Ben. He stood there for a second, surprised by what he saw, but instead of walking away or pretending he didn't notice, he stepped closer, gently handed her a napkin and knelt beside her. "Are you okay?" he asked softly. Mena shook her head through tears. "Number, not even close." They stepped outside, away from the fluorescent lights and automated greetings, and talked. Mena told him everything. Her loss, her loneliness, the confusion of navigating life on her own. Ben listened. He didn't try to fix anything. He just listened. And for the first time since her parents' funeral, Mena didn't feel so alone. They exchanged numbers. What followed were late-night texts, calls filled with laughter, walks in the park, and slowly a relationship blossomed. Ben was kind, patient, and thoughtful. And though Mena had her guard up, she found herself falling in love with him. But love, she believed, came with boundaries, ones she wasn't ready to cross. Ben, however, had other expectations. About 6 months into the relationship, he started requesting for intimacy. Mena hesitated. She told him gently, "I want to wait until marriage. I want to do it with someone I know I'm building a future with. A husband, a home, kids of our own." At first, Ben was upset. He felt rejected. But eventually, he said he understood. Over time, he began dropping hints about marrying her, casual at first, then more serious. And one warm evening, under fairy lights at a quiet rooftop restaurant, Ben proposed. Mena cried as she said yes. 8 months later, they were married. And for a time, it was bliss. Ben was the doting husband. Mena became pregnant shortly after the wedding, and their son, little Joe, was born a year later. They built a home, filled with bedtime stories, shared pancakes, and laughter that echoed through the walls. Mena would often sit on the porch in the evenings, holding baby Joe while thinking, maybe, just maybe, things will finally be okay. But life has a way of shifting under your feet when you least expect it. 3 years into the marriage, with Mena now 6 months pregnant with their second child, Ben began to change. It started subtly. Late nights, work trips that didn't quite add up, hushed phone calls, a coldness in his voice that hadn't been there before. Mena tried to explain it away. Maybe he was just stressed. Maybe the pressure of a second baby was overwhelming him. But the warmth was gone, and the silence between them grew like ivy on a wall. One evening, while Ben was supposedly on a business trip, Mena sat curled up on the couch with Joe watching cartoons when the doorbell rang. She wasn't expecting anyone. She opened the door to find a woman, tall, elegant, holding a small handbag and looking equally nervous and determined. "Hi," "Are you Mena?" she asked. "Yes. My name is Joyce, and I think we need to talk." Mena stood frozen, her breath catching. Joyce's next words hit like a punch to the chest. "I'm Ben's wife. We've been married for 8 years. We have 3 children together." Mena's world stopped. Her knees gave way and she clutched the door frame, the floor tilting beneath her. Baby Joe stood behind her, confused. Her unborn baby kicked in her belly, and the air felt too thick to breathe. Ben, married, with another family. This couldn't be real. Her thoughts spiraled. Was it all a lie? The proposal, the affection, the promises. What about Joe? What about the baby growing inside her? What about the future she thought they were building? Mena stared at Joyce. Tears welled in her eyes, but words refused to form. She was alone again. No parents, no siblings, and now no truth to hold on to. And as the wind outside picked up and the sun began to set behind the clouds, one question lingered in her heart. What should Mena do?
Drop your thoughts in the comment section.